Hi, I'm Susie Burrell. Welcome to this week's online meeting, created especially for members of the Biggest Loser Club. The meeting will run for about 15 minutes, followed by a 15-minute live chat, and you can post comments at any time in the form below. So it's time to just burn it with our insights into the X factor of weight loss, exercise. I'm lucky today to be joined by two of the best personal trainers in Sydney. Alani, Danielle, welcome. Alani, you are a personal trainer with more than 20 years experience in the fitness industry. What is your best advice for someone who wants to lose weight and is just starting to exercise?
The best advice I can give, Susie, is just get out there and start moving. Move your body, start to walk 5, 10, 15 minutes, build it up to 20 to 30 over time. Just get your body used to a little bit of exercise.
And for people who are perhaps feeling a bit self-conscious or finding going to a gym expensive, any tips for those people?
Well, you can exercise anywhere. So you can do it at home. There's exercise videos out there on the market. Or outside, if you're a little bit self-conscious about doing it in the daylight, early morning, a little bit later in the evening. But just get the body moving. That's the main thing.
Just start.
Just start.
Yes. Now, Danielle, you are a personal trainer with a huge amount of experience as well, and you spend a lot of time working with office workers. What are some tips for people who spend time at a desk all day?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's some really good things for office workers to start doing. The first thing is to get their desk set up right. So to get a really good ergonomic position, both sitting at their desk and sort of where their keyboard is situated. The next thing to do is to start getting some activity into your day. So if you're going to go for lunch, go for a 10-15 minute walk, pick up your lunch, and then 10-15 minute walk back. That's an extra 30 minutes a day, and it all adds up.
It does, it does. And for health professionals, we hear every excuse under the sun, and I've heard some pretty good ones in my time. My favourite being the client who said to me that they didn't want to do squats in case they never got up again, and you would have heard some good ones. What is your best advice for people who say they just don't have time to exercise?
The first thing I would talk about is, are they interested or committed to doing exercise? So there's a lot of people who are really interested in doing exercise, but there are not very many people who are committed. Once you've figured out that you're that committed person, then all you need to do is start finding some little bit of time to add in some activity. So maybe it's not exercise to start off with. Maybe it's just finding 5 minutes to get off the bus earlier and walk to work, or to get a little bit more activity in the times where you're sitting down so that you can just increase your steps a day. And remember, 2,000 steps is approximately 100 to 200 calories.
And so looking for daily opportunities is the key. And Alani, what about for people who say that they don't like exercise?
Yeah, I've heard that one before, Susie. The funny thing is no one really likes exercise when they first start. It is a bit of a shock to the system. But over time, you're going to become more accustomed to that exercise. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel more feelings of well-being, and you're going to get used to that exercise as well.
Yeah, I've got a great story to add to that too. I had a client come to me about 18 months ago, and he had done no exercise previously, and he said to me, I'd really like to like exercise, because he didn't like exercise. So I said, okay, that's great. How much time have you got? And he said, well, I've got about 60 minutes. And I said, well, let's do 20. So we cut it right down so that he could experience some success in that, and now he's running every day and he loves it.
That is such a great story, because it's so true, and we know as health professionals that there is so many benefits to exercising. So there's improved mood, faster weight loss, more energy, and of course long-term disease prevention. So if people have started, how long once they've started should they start to see results?
Results can happen pretty quickly. If you've been sedentary for a long time, just changing your routine and starting to introduce a little bit of exercise is going to give you some psychological benefits straight away. You should be feeling like you have more energy. You should be feeling a little bit better about yourself. And because you're introducing that exercise, hopefully you're going to see some weight loss pretty quickly as well.
Now, with all this talk of exercise, I have to say I'm really interested. How does a personal trainer keep fit?
Well, Susie, I'm lucky because fitness is my occupation. So not only do I personal train clients, but I work as a group fitness instructor inside various gyms as well. I train about 2 hours a day on average, and when I want to get out of the gym and get outside and do something different, I love to play golf, and I love mountain biking as well. So again, it's all about cross-training and doing different types of exercise.
Keeping it mixed up.
Absolutely.
And what about you, Danielle? How do you fit your training into your busy schedule?
I'm sort of similar, but I do lots of different varying intensities. I'll walk one day, I'll run one day, I might do a set of stairs another day. I love doing yoga, so I get that flexibility as well as strength. And I also try and incorporate about 3 resistance training exercises during the week.
So So it's great to see that you both really practice what you preach. Now, Danielle, for all of our members who have just started with a new exercise program, how do they get the right balance between strength training and cardio training?
It's a really good idea to start with cardiovascular training first. Get some low intensity exercise under your belt, 15 to 20 minutes a day, then building up over time to some resistance training, specifically some functional exercise like squats. Over time, it'd be really good to work up to 250 to 300 minutes of moderate activity a week.
But tell me, I think something that bothers all women, including myself, is it true that if you start to strength train that you will bulk up?
Absolutely not. The thing with women is that we don't have the hormone profile to build lots of lean muscle. Boys have lots of testosterone, females do have testosterone but not as much, so we don't get that really big muscle bulk. But one thing that does happen with resistance training is that you increase lipolysis, so it's your body's ability to burn fat. So not only do you burn fat, but you actually get a better body composition.
So you're actually teaching your body to burn better long term?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Alani, what about for our intermediate members who are already training, they're doing some strength training, they're doing some cardio, how do they take the training to the next level?
Taking to the next level is just about varying some of that exercise. So what you'll find if you stick with the same routine, your results are going to plateau off. So while you might have seen good results early on, after maybe 5 to 6 weeks, you might hit a plateau. It's called the adaptation response. What you can start to do is incorporate some more cross training. So if you've been doing a lot of stuff at the gym, maybe get out and go for a run. If you've been swimming a lot, maybe switch it up and jump on the bike. Start to cross train and you'll see better results over time.
And of course, if you can find something you enjoy, you'll be more likely to stick to it and stay motivated. Don't limit yourself to the same old exercise when there are so many ways to get fit. Perhaps you'll find inspiration from fellow members online. Now, over to you, Commando Steve, for this week's member moment.
Thanks, Susie. This week's member moment is dedicated to one very special member. Her name is Amy, but you might know her as AIM79. She joined the Biggest Loser Club back in 2008 at 188 kilos. Since then, she's lost over 77 kilos. That's 40% of her body weight. She's battled with inner demons and inhibitions, and throughout this journey has been one of the most generous and prolific members of the forums, posting almost 4,500 messages. There is only one word to describe you, Amy: inspirational. I can't wait to celebrate you again when you reach your goal weight. You can do it, little lady. Now, if there's someone you think deserves a shout out, I want to know about it. Nominate your friends or your forum buddies. We've included a shout out form in every meeting topic. Back to you, Susie.
Thanks, Commando. Well, as you know, these meetings are for you, our members. So to give you even extra support on your journey, we have Super Shopper Faye here to help you with your questions. And this week we're discussing a subject that everyone wants to know about, sweets and treats.
Yes, this is a hot topic, this one. Everybody wants to know if they can still have their cake and lose weight too.
Of course, and knowing that nothing is off the menu is the key thing that tends to help keep you motivated and on track with your exercise regime.
Well, that makes sense. Can you talk us through all the goodies that we have in front of us?
So the key with treats is always portion control, because we all know how hard it is to stop once you open a packet of biscuits. So always go for singly wrapped, individual served treats. Some of the examples we have here today: the individual Freddo Frog, just 80 calories for one, or 90 to 100 calories for a filled variety. The favourite Chupa Chups, just 50 calories per serve. The Paddle Pops, just 100 calories, and of course they take a long time to eat, so the pleasure really lasts. We've got the Jarrah hot chocolates, which are just 50 calories per serve and perfect after dinner. And then if you can control yourself, a single Lindt ball has about 80 calories, but of course the trick is being able to stop at just one.
Okay, so what if you're more of a salty snack kind of person?
Well, the individually wrapped cheese and cracker snack packs are a great option, and you can get light varieties, and they're about 180 to 200 calories per serve, and a much safer option than the good old cheese plate. If you're more of a chips kind of person, you can go for the individually wrapped packets in a multi-pack. They range between 100 to 140 calories per serve, but if that gets you a bit stressed, you're probably a bit better to go for an individual 50-gram size packet, because at least once they're gone, they're gone.
That's a good tip. Now, what about the popcorn there?
Well, popcorn is a great choice because it is lower in calories, and this amount is from a portion control pack, and that amount, as you can see, is quite decent for about 100 calories in total.
What's the best way to work these treats into your plan?
Look, Faye, I think the most important thing is to choose something that you really enjoy eating. So if you love chocolate, have chocolate. If you prefer something savoury, go for the cheese or for the chips. The most important thing is that you choose something that you love and really savour the experience.
How often can we have treats?
Well, my advice would be to factor in one small treat once a day of about 100 calories. But the most important thing is that it fits into the total number of calories you require a day to still lose weight. The journey will be challenging at times, so it's very important that you do become your own best friend and reward yourself for your hard work, but don't ruin the process either.
That's such a good point. Okay, so to summarise, sweets and treats are fine if...
The key points to remember are sweets and treats should always be in portion control packs. Try and stick to your 100 calorie mark to make sure you don't go over your calorie budget for the day. And most importantly, be very, very careful of multi-packs so you don't overdo things.
And make treats a part of your plan because knowing that you can have them is a great motivator. You just have to pick the right ones.
You've got it, Faye. Thank you so much for all your help today. I hope that you found today's meeting helpful too. If you've got a great treat idea, why not share it with other members? Our live chat will stay open for the next 15 minutes if you have any extra questions. In next week's meeting, we're going to be exploring emotional eating with special guests Lisa Hose and Dr. Cindy Noor. I look forward to seeing you then.